are people always worried about what face Ben has on?
20 years ago, we were supposed to get married, and it kind of all fell apart back then.
I have regrets.
Deserved better, and I didn't know I did, and so I accepted less. Things happened, and scars were made that will be there forever.
Love story with your now hubby,
Yes.
Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Originally started when you first dated and broke up over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You, of course, have reunited now in
Right.
2021, and you
Right.
got married a year later.
Tonight, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. As you've never seen them. An exclusive first ever interview together. Before the release of their first film together.
We met like at a couple of parties.
Sí.
You know, we barely
Here and
paid
there.
any attention to each other.
We met when we did the you know, the read-through for the
rehearsal.
movie.
When did you fall in love?
Like, we became friends first.
we
That is the
evolved,
honest to
right?
God through. Had good chemistry.
Are you really with J.Lo? Tell the truth. Did you have sex with her?
When I was a little girl, you know, it was all about fairy tales. Prince Charming's gonna come along and you're gonna live in this beautiful castle and have beautiful dresses and it's gonna be amazing and you're gonna live happily ever after. And that was my idea. So I grew up and what I wanted to be was, you know, in love. And
Don't be like my mom.
I'm your mom.
Where you're
now.
like the-
Who says it? I'm not the only one who says it.
When's the wedding?
Come on, Pat.
Well,
I'm gonna ask you that question all weekend next week.
yeah.
You got
Yes,
plans
you're right.
This summer, next summer? I
When
fully
should
don't
we do it?
expect you to answer.
When should we do it?
Yeah.
No. No.
Bosta, merda, cala a boca.
20 years ago, we were supposed to get married, and it kind of all fell apart back then.
You to break up 3 days before the wedding. Pressure that was piled upon you caused the wedding to be called off. Perhaps in helicopters in the event of a century. You broke up. You didn't just call the wedding off.
Yeah.
You called the whole thing off.
We didn't break up right at that moment. It happened over the series of the next few months.
Right.
Because what it did, it casted doubt in me about what our relationship was and where it was going, I think. Knew in my heart that I wanted to be with him for the rest of my life. But it didn't feel like we were gonna make it. It was very hard. It was a very kind of sad moment of letting go of somebody that you truly love. We just weren't mature enough in that way. Deserved better. And I didn't know I did. And so I accepted less. And I tried really hard and to make things work. Because of that, things happened and scars were made that will be there forever. It was really devastating to me. I don't know, maybe because it was so public and I really felt like, you know, I had found somebody great, kind of like the J.Lo days, and the fame was really big at that moment. At that time, I had fallen in love. Found him then, didn't work out. And it wasn't an unrequited love. Ben and I always loved each other. We had work to do.
I didn't know that at the time. You years, baby.
No,
Like,
we went and we both tried and found other people and had beautiful children and had other families. and being dysfunctional and running from relationship to relationship and rebounding and rebounding. It wasn't one time. It wasn't one time I did it. I did it several times. You keep making the same mistakes until it gets worse and worse and worse. And then you go, okay, enough of this. And not understand myself enough to, say, I don't like this. I don't I like the way this feels. That pattern started way long before any marriage I ever had.
Warmest work. To be completely honest.
Well, if we're going to be completely honest here, why don't we just go ahead and mention...
Part of why I started drinking alcohol because I was trapped. I was like, I can't leave because of my kids, but I'm not happy. What do I do?
I wasn't looking at it. I never felt safe enough. I just had to keep going because things hurt and it was hard and I didn't understand it and I was trying to figure it out.
Castigo do monstro. Sim, ele voltou. Aquele que é o mais temido de todos os...
Oh, when Ben and I got back together, he was like, well, aren't you upset about some of these things that happened? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Socorro.
Você tem que acordar pra vida.
He's like, well.
Keep her warm.
And this time, Ben just said, okay, let's just go to Vegas and get married tonight. We all get sold this kind of bill of goods, like these magical things don't exist in life. And they do. Magic is out there.
Album of the year.
Truly who he is.
Not just the eternally tired guy getting out of the GMC with on that side of him. I'm not gonna lie. He speaks for all of us.
We have 5 kids. We're eternally exhausted. I just wear a lot more makeup. He always says, he's like, I have become the symbol for the beleaguered man because they just have to follow me every single day. And a lot of times it's like the thing of like, oh, he's mad at Jennifer. He's happy with Jennifer, all of this nonsense. And he's like, no, I'm not happy because the paparazzi's there again.
I gotta go. All right. No, mom. It wasn't the actual
Grammys thing, which you love that.
God.
That was like a real thing. People were analyzing that. Like, what are they talking about? Like,
it is very funny, and we do have fun with it and laugh with it because, we feel very good about where we are right now.